Come on, let's go. We're gonna go live here. I'm gonna do something a little different tonight with the live. Let's see here. Let's get this resituated. Just a little bit. I had to go get some lunch. But I figured I'd do something different tonight because I'm bored. And there's real life going on out there. It's pretty crazy. So, here, we'll just go right here. Breaking news. Live. Ooh. In Iran. And Israel. Month. I gotta get this, get that out. Oh, shit. Hypersonic, bro. Hypersonic. Dude. Absolutely. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there we go. That's loud. There. That's better. Oh, snap. There you go. Not there. That's Israel. There's gonna be another one gets through right there. Boom. Boom. Another hypersonic. Holy cow. They are sending everything tonight. World's getting crazy, yo. Decisions that are gonna be made here in the next couple days by big countries. Those decisions are gonna affect the entire the entire way of the world. What happened to volume? This one just doesn't have volume, but it is. It's gonna, depending on what is decided between China. China's gonna have a say in it. USA, of course, always has to be. Russia. And who knows about England, man? Actually, who knows about any of the USA allies anymore that we've ever had? From what I am seeing. Oh no, another big one. Did it get there? Blocked it. Nope. Deflected? Yeah, deflected it a little bit. It is crazy to watch though, man. Being over here on for the time safe soil. You know. Oh wait, we can go. There we go. Over here on safe soil. And like watching it like this. And yeah, I'm sorry, I am eating my lunch. I just did a live with the Slap Fight Championship, that their Friday night fights, so that was fun to watch and join. Entertaining. And now I thought I'd try this out. I've never done this before. But with the world being the way the world is, you know, there'll be a record at least somewhere sometime digitally of me doing this, and that's all. Oh yeah. So this is great. Kind of makes you wonder about the orbs and everything we've been seeing and they've been reporting on for the last year. This is, I mean, because now, look at like this. Look, they're just, I mean, it looks just like the orbs, except when they hit the ground and go boom. So 6 months of orbs. Hey, Betty, how are you? What a great night there at SFC. Sorry, I had to go get my lunch. I don't like the sun. So, it's lunchtime for me, but kind of wanted to do this because I never have, and I see other people do it. So I'm a copycat. Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey poo all over you. But I said like -5. But it's interesting to me because we don't know where anything's gonna go. We don't know. And I think a lot of people are taking stuff for granted right now. You know, now be the time. Walking outside, see a flower, take a smell. Take a whiff. Pow, pow, pow. Dang. Turn that down a little bit. That guy right there. Imagine me that guy. Look out your window. And to be honest, it's because of our military that we've never had this over our skies. Never. Except, who knows, because of all those drones, all the different things that were up in New Jersey that were flying around. You know, that really, I mean, for me, it really does. If you think about in my head what I saw in those 6 months and now what I'm seeing here, it does desensitize. I remember shock and awe. And it was shock and awe. This should be shock and awe. I mean, they're using weapons that weren't even developed and being in use back then now. You know those hypersonics and then the Fatah ones. Man, those things are crazy. They dance around like in the sky as they go to their target. So you know, Iran, that's a cool weapon you built. You know, but to be quite honest, that's all this life has been for centuries. It's just lives of war, 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 war. War makes the world go round. But this one might make the world be different when it's said and done. And different in a way nobody knows yet. Because nobody knows. Dude, I don't even think Trump knows. I'm reading what you're saying here, Betty. Thank you for being with me. I really don't think people understand. It's coming. Oh yeah. Okay. Here's the thing, and it's just me and Betty, but she's right. She's absolutely right. And here's the thing. Yo. There are cells here. Internal cells inside, the nation, all around us. I mean, it's with all the during the last 4 years, we all know this. Oh, sorry, bobblehead. But in the last 4 years, we've all seen the amount of population increase. I'll be nice. Population increase. Well, I saw pictures in the early times where it was like all just young men. Nice haircuts, fit, looked like they were ready for a baseball game or whatever. You know, I mean, they weren't. They didn't look deprived. They didn't look filthy. They didn't look hungry. They looked like they were being sent over here, and they were. And so when I'll just say this, when And everybody thinks, oh, USA, USA, we're so tough. We got it. We got it. Yeah, 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 yeah. We all got it. Oh, we all got guns. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whatever. Hey, I'm one of those too. I believe that too. But that's that. I mean, you got to think outside that because how would you know when it's coming?
We're here in a destruction demolition site
And who do
in
you
the middle
know?
of Ramat Gan, a
Do you know
civilian
that it's
area
him?
that was
Can you do
attacked
something to
by
protect
the
yourself
Iranian
against them
regime
before it happens?
and destroyed a lot of buildings and
And
hurt
it's gonna
innocent
be. It's
civilians
not gonna be just
who
big
were
cities.
sitting in the houses eating their
It'll
Shabbat
be
meals,
everywhere.
and suddenly a missile hit their house.
I mean, if you
Some
can
of
get
them were
the
injured, some
Chinese,
of them are trapped.
the
We are here
Persians,
to rescue
I
them
like
and
that
take
better.
them
The
out.
Persians, um, Russia, and they all get on board, and they've got their groups in here, their cells. All those different countries do, just like we do. We are the only country in the world that has an American base, naval base, or not naval, but American military base in nearly in every continent. And I don't know how many countries we have a base in. But right now we have bases, two bases over there, and three if you count in Israel with everything we have over there. I mean, we can get too big for our pants. And you know, it can be what the people not want to or don't want. Not what the people don't want. But we got no say. We really don't. At this point, man, it's up to like 8 people. The outcome of this world is up to like 8 people is all. 8. Maybe even just 3. You know, I think there's been a misconception also of the Persians and their abilities and their intelligence and what they're able to accomplish and do in the last years. As you know, everybody just thinks they're just out there sitting in their sand, waiting to hit their hookah, waiting to, say their prayers. You know, there are places there that are highly technological. It's not just sand and tents, yo. And I think that's a misconception for people. That's a thought I do believe that a lot of people have is that we got them. They're just living in sand and tents and yeah, we got this. You know, they say here's what when I was growing here, like in the Gulf War, in during the beginning of the war on terror after 9/11, all that stuff. Everything changed and people got smarter. They didn't just sit idle and wait. They were watching. They were learning. They're humans just like us. They have brains just like us. Just because they don't spend 100 or 300 and some $1 trillion on their military, which I love. Hey, I love it. Spend it. I love my military. I'm just taking the other side of the logic to things because you know it was real sketchy there when what was it, India? Was it India and Pakistan that started some shit together a little bit? Like a week ago? Now, another reason I'm doing this is because I saw a guy, and I really like watching him, Asmon Gold. And he's a lot like me, only younger. You know, live alone in a house. It's as clean as he wants it to be, just like mine's as clean as I want it to be. I have particular foods and stuff, so I listen to him a lot. He's a fun one to watch, and he does stuff like this. Well, he's like quicker, like he has other ones he goes to, and he can draw like stuff real quick. I mean, he's been doing this for like 20 years, But yeah, so check out Asmon Gold because he's got all kinds of info on all kinds of stuff, and he's actually really smart. He's very intelligent, to be honest. That's why I like listening to him because he has very logical and honest remarks and statements um, regarding everything. And he just stands in his place and gives you his opinion and his thoughts and then he's like, and I'm right. So he'll say stuff like that. That's why we want it. That's why we want it. Because of the Persians. The secrets of the Persians. It's all over there in Iran. As they call Iran. But it's Persia. And they still have all that tech that we want and we don't have. That's, as we learned, is buried. If you've been watching anything, if anybody's been watching anything about pyramids, we know now what is like, between 500 and 800 kilometers, something like that, down underneath this whole coil and everything. So what this is that's just the tippity top, yo. Big ol'. I mean, this world used to be different, and if there was a massive polar shift, like they're saying, this is exactly what would happen. The waters would change, the earth would change, everything would change, and just the tallest structures that could survive it would still be there. But I doubt our tallest structures would stick to the buildings they were attached to because of the way we construct. We don't construct like the Tartarians did. This is the kind of stuff I don't get to talk about with mine, so I got to talk about it on my own. But yo, the world, we all got to believe in a higher power because there's obviously a higher power. But we got to quit fighting about religion. Religion. That's just the bullshit who's right, who's wrong fight. I mean, it happened in Americas in the early years, here in America with different religions and stuff, fighting. That's stupid, man. That's like fighting over a girl. You're in high school. Dumb. See? They agree. Boom, they give me. They're agreeing. They're liking what I'm putting down. The audio is. But that is some scary stuff. Look at this. And it's actually a beautiful skyline. All the lights on, and then yeah. And then this. Oh, they zoomed in right now. Wow. You know what we need to remember too is, yeah, if this was New York, if this was Chicago, but it's not. This is Israel. And Israel started this shit this time. Just saying. Yes, they had that break-in. But give me a break. With the defense and all the different things that Israel has. You're telling me that wired picket fence in October is what let everybody in, and they didn't know, and they had no control, and there's a festival right there, and the military, and nobody knows anything about it? Bullshit. That's what I say. And these aren't facts, just my entertainment opinions while I'm eating lunch. See, eating lunch, chicken nugget. But war over religion is illogical. religion is supposed to accept everybody. It's all about money. It's all about military complex. And really, it all goes back to J.P. Morgan. Stupid J.P. Morgan. His ass should have got on the Titanic. Listen to this, though. And everybody's underground. You know, there's going to be a lot of hurt properties. There will be some deaths. Or unalivings, whatever you want to say. But they haven't really amassed to, like, warlike numbers. Because they do have the defenses of their underground bunkers set up there in Tel Aviv. That, you know, people know where to go right when they hear them. When they get, like, alerts on their phones and, you know, a different way of life, man. You know, a lot of people yelling their opinions about shit, and they don't even know how these people have to live. And I'm not talking just about Israel. Throw Gaza in there. What if you were from Gaza? What if you were born there? What if you're 8 years old there? I mean, there's that part. Then you have Persia. Yeah, any Ayatollah, especially Ayatollah Khomeini, because like when I was 12, I think that's 7th grade. Is 12, maybe 11. But you know, I drew a picture of Ayatollah Khomeini, and that like got me in a class for art that year. But there was already an Ayatollah Khomeini, and this is another one. And the Ayatollah Khomeini, when I was in junior high, was also a shit starter. America's done a lot of bad shit, yeah, for sure. Ain't no doubt. I mean, I had to learn the hard way because the things I was taught in history weren't the real history that went down. I mean, and that isn't even with the secret pyramids and the structures and the different things that we talk about and everybody's finding right now. I'm talking about basic just ABC 1, 2, 3 history. And they didn't know it. Okay, see ya, Betty. Have a good night. It's all good. But this is what I'm gonna do. I mean, I'm instead of staring at a TV by myself all night, watching movies or doing something like that, tonight it's Friday, so it's an internet night for me. After I did the Slap Fight Championship, I decided to try a new route and have some fun. I mean, I guess use that word loosely. But to entertain myself and get some knowledge of what's going on over there and actually watching it and witnessing it. Watching and witnessing and learning and knowing. Knowing what's really going on. You know, I think those are all hypersonic. That's the tail of a hypersonic missile. And actually, it was interesting because Jackie Cataline from Power Slap, the other night, she filmed something in California. And I saw the video of it, and she had thought it was the Starlink satellites. But I've seen those go up here above. Even I mean, a buddy of mine was with me, and we were looking up, and we actually saw a stream of those Starlink satellites going up. And I mean, it's real precise and very. I mean, and what I saw from Jackie was this like ball of light that had a force field in front of it, and it was like leaving a tail, and it was. I mean, and I said that's I don't know what it is, but I just messaged her. I just know it's not a Starlink satellite. And then the information that they had got that it was like one of Elon Musk's rockets. But I tell you what, from what I saw on that video of hers and what I've seen here and what they've shown in the war, it looked exactly like one of those hypersonics going across the sky out of California. And other people got it on camera too. I think there's some people in Nevada that saw it. I believe it was in another state other than California where they saw it. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting. So let's do this. All right, let's go back. Let's see what else we got here as we hang out. See right here, there's Asmon. He was in the corner there. But I suggest, hey, you're looking to be entertained and, not be BS. He's just going to give you his straight talk. I go to Asmon's page and give him a follow. Asmon Gold. I don't do any of what I do for like. I mean, it would be nice to get followers to do things and stuff, but this isn't why I do it. I do it because I have the time and I ain't got nothing else to do. See, there he is. This is Asmon right here. Right there. So here's just one of his little shorts because I keep talking about him. But we'll see what this one is.
Straight up, like, okay, World War II was what, 1876?
Try again.
See,
1865.
Wait,
That
World
was the
War II?
That was the Civil War.
Yeah.
You said 18.
1876?
1876. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
knows
so
what
when you think it started?
Wasn't it like 1900s?
Well, guess a number.
1900. That's 100 years.
Yeah, but you said
I like how he
1800s.
looks at
I was
people,
just
too.
shocked. by that.
No. Now Emmy's trying to
Here he goes.
farm and make Tecton look stupid. Emmy, what year did this
Go
start?
ahead.
The fucking 40s or something.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was just shocked he said 1800s.
When was it?
So funny.
Well, it began in 1939.
I was almost there.
Okay,
right.
all
But
right.
however,
Yeah.
on December 7th,
Listen to him.
1941, that was Pearl Harbor. So she would be correct if she was talking about the United States.
Where was Pearl Harbor at?
Hawaii.
Jeez.
I always thought it was Japan.
What?
This was a big issue I had. I found out that it was not in Japan.
No way.
Straight up, like, okay, World War II was what, 1876?
That's crazy.
Try again.
1865.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
was
That's
War-
why that all happened? Thought Pearl Harbor was in Japan? I thought my history education was dipshitted. This guy got 2 scoops on his education. Holy wow. Holy wow. That was interesting though. I mean, but I do like how he's so smart and he knows what he's talking about and he has an opinion on it and he stands by it. But I've also seen things that he's had where he's come back like the next day and been like, "Hey, yo, I was wrong about this and I'm admitting it." Right? But I've been watching lately how people have such a problem with how he lives, and I think it's hilarious because, yo, I pretty much live the same way, like I said earlier. Might not look like it, and maybe it does look like it. As I eat a cold chicken nugget. The plastics. Nitrates. The stuff that ain't chicken. But I love the taste of it. Thank you, McDonald's. Oops. Thank you, place where I bought my lunch. We've got final warning. What's this? Final warning. What the fuck? Really? Is this a? It says U.S. gives final ultimatum to Iran. Iranian forces destroyed. Breaking wars with the enforcer. 1213. This is seriously the intro to this war video. Fucking crazy, man. That's what this is. Ultimatum to Iran. I'm scanning through here. Shows where the bombs are dropped. And it has Zelensky. And you know, I'm gonna mispronounce some names, miss a letter here and there when I talk. That's just like a neurological issue I have. Oh, those are cool monitors. Show that orchestra again. I'm going back because I just saw monitors on their head. They reminded me of Star Wars. Oh yeah, you guys just have okay. Oh man, they just don't know how to wear headphones. This dude ain't got none. Sorry, I thought they had some cool new monitor system, like the in-ears. I got a pack of in-ears monitors from my days in the band and on stage. Oh yeah. Oh hey, look in the right there. I just said oh yeah, and look what's in the bottom left corner. Oh, you can't see it. I'll raise it up. It's right here, and it's an Asmon gold. I said oh yeah. Oh yeah shows up, and it's an Asmon. Oh, and he doesn't eat fruit. Hey, if you know me, I don't either. I don't eat fruits or vegetables. I eat potatoes. I eat potatoes. That's it. That's it. Oh, corn. I guess corn on the cob in the summer. So here in a month, I'll be getting some corn on the cob since I live here in Nebraska. Nebraska. That's right. That's right. So, yes, that's another thing. I was like, oh yeah, I'm like that too. But he's but here, I'll just show you. Here's one of his. It's right here. Here's one of his videos, and he just put it up an hour ago. But this is Asmon
Fox
Gold.
News alert, President Trump making it very clear that if America has to get involved in Iran, it'll end on our terms.
Oh, boy.
And it looks like he's preparing
I wish
for
I knew
any
how to move my
scenario.
head.
The eve
To be
Slow
fair,
down.
that's smart. I mean, you shouldn't rule anything out, but at the same time, when you say that, it's going to stress people out because they're going to think that you're talking about dropping a nuclear bomb or starting a ground invasion.
Yeah.
4B Doomsday
You know?
plane
Yep.
just made an unexpected flight to D.C. The $500,000,000 aircraft was designed to
Hasn't on there,
withstand
Bears.
nuclear blasts and keep top government officials safe
What
when
the
threats
fuck?
are off the charts. And it landed at Joint Base Andrews under the cover of night on Tuesday.
I didn't even know this existed. I've never even heard of this before. There's something called a doomsday plan?
Oh, I've heard of that though. I have heard of
What?
that. Yep.
Right now,
As
the
a
United
kid.
States has 2 destroyers anchored in the Mediterranean, the USS Sullivan
Doomsday plan's
and the
been around a long
USS
time.
Thomas Hudner. Both of these $100 million platforms have been shooting down Iranian missiles. To the south is a carrier strike
See?
group.
Look at him.
The
I mean, he's
USS
just a rad
Carl
dude.
Vincennes in the Arabian Sea just off the coast of Iran.
Gamer.
Flanked by 4 warships providing security to U.S.
That's a
bases
lot.
in the region. And a super carrier,
Ooh,
the USS Gerald Ford.
That's a long
It's on
one?
its way
that's
and
the brand new
should
one.
be on the scene soon.
Isn't it?
Dozens of F-16s have been repositioned from Italy to the Saudi Arabia.
So he got everybody in position for this shit. Like, this could just pop off at any time.
See, I was
Yeah.
just saying
and
that.
God damn.
F-22s and F-35s
I was just saying that
are on
to
their way.
myself.
Yeah, everything's
Now, if
locked
we're
in.
going to drop bunker busters on the Iranian nuke site, it'll be done by B-2 stealth bombers.
See, we have no choice.
These
anymore.
aren't officially
We're
in
out
the
of it.
region, but sources tell Primetime they've seen tactical movement in the last 24 hours.
We are ants on the rock.
This is a
That's
major
it.
moment for Trump, and he's aware that his legacy is on the line. Quote,
I do think this is, it's the same as like with Bush. Like, if you think about Bush, you think about two things: September 11th and Iraq.
Oh, I thought you were going to
That's it. Like, anything else he did or whatever, not relevant. It's mainly these two things.
he is in his last term of his
Why did
presidency.
he do it?
He
I thought
may
he was
or
gonna
may
throw a
not
joke
see a
in.
window to
There's
do
a third
so.
Bush
That
then,
is
bro.
something he's always believed is right
When you think
and
about
is
it.
important for the world and has the added benefit of being legacy building.
Got that.
And this is a window. It's never existed before.
Mm-hmm.
It will likely never exist again insofar as he
Fur
can do
biscuit
anything
down there.
about it.
Yeah,
So
sure.
while he has that window, he's going to take a shot, even if it is not something that everybody agrees with. Now, the president says he hasn't made up his mind, and he's keeping his options open, and we believe that.
Yeah, I
Iran's
do too.
foreign ministers flying to Switzerland for talks with the Europeans.
I think that's why the Nimitz showed up.
47's
And
offering
then
them one last chance.
I think 2 days ago he kind of
Regarding the
backed off a
ongoing
little bit.
situation in Iran, I know there
Just
has been a
ease the
lot of
heat.
speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding the president's decision making and whether or not the
Look at
United
his
States
title.
will be directly
The next
involved.
move will change history.
In light of that news,
We
I
were
have a
just
message
talking about
directly
this at
from
the beginning of
president,
this with
and
Nope.
I quote,
What do
Betty.
you say?
based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future,
Yeah.
I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next
Oh,
2
this
weeks.
is yesterday. Yeah.
This could be Trump
heard
giving the Ayatollah a final olive branch, or it could be a pump fake, and we could go in tomorrow. And
Exactly. Yeah. There's no way. Nobody knows what Trump is going to do.
That's
I actually believe. I don't even. And by nobody, I'm also including Trump in that
Exactly.
list.
Yep.
Nobody, not even he knows.
Nope. It's gonna be reactionary.
I mean, yes,
Nobody
I think
knows
that to a
shit.
degree, there's a degree of like tactical, acumen that's involved with that. But damn, it's a little stressful, huh?
No.
2 weeks from today
Not for
is
you.
July 4th.
Expect the
Maybe Trump's
unexpected.
planning
Exactly.
for fireworks halfway around the world. We don't know.
And I think I'm the same
The
way.
CIA
Well,
director
yeah,
told
4th of
lawmakers
July.
Iran's locked and loaded, and their nuke programs at the goal line. Quote, it's like saying a football team marched 99 yards down the field, got to the 1 yard line, and they don't have the intention to score.
Yeah, of course they're trying
Where's
to
the
make
The
name on that
CIA told
quote?
us things before the Iraq War that turned out not to be true.
Not just the
Bullshit.
Washington
The
Post.
difference is this
There you
time,
go.
the inspectors have seen the program. We've all seen the program, and the Israelis see everything. There's no question the Iran nuclear program is alive and active. The only question is how long it'll take them to nuke up when they get the go-ahead.
It was
So Iran is
yeah,
the
pretty
world's
fast,
lead
probably, I
sponsor
bet.
of
Yeah.
terror.
They're ready
And with the
already. I
nuclear
bet you.
See,
weapon-
that's one of the things I wish people would understand is that even if you think Iran doesn't do anything bad, they pay a bunch of people that do. And so, like, I mean, how do you have, like, one country that's, like, constantly giving out money to, like, all these terrorist groups all the time and not realize that, like, maybe that's a bad thing? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, that's already, America does that too. I mean, but the thing is, like, isn't it bad, period, though? Like, so, like, if America does that too, doesn't it mean that, like, we're both bad? It's not like it means it's good, right? Like, do you expect me to, like, go and say, like, oh, no, it's good when we do it and bad when they do it? No, obviously I wouldn't support that. That's dumb. But the fact is that it's bad if they're doing it, period.
Yeah.
Take out the regime, you take out hundreds of terrorist groups. Yeah, but you also create hundreds more. And that's the reason why
They
they
got
haven't done it.
kids.
That's obviously the reason why. You don't want to cut off the head of Hydra. It might be 2 more heads that come out.
There you go.
It could hold
Maybe
the world
8.
hostage. Not to mention, they control the shipping
that's
lanes
obviously
where
why.
a third of the world's oil goes through. If President Trump does decide to drop bunker busters on their nuke site, we're not going to sit back and let the Iranians retaliate.
No.
So there has
If
to
he
be a
decides-
massive air campaign that goes along with this. We'd have to
That's
knock
true.
out Iran's ballistic
I think he
missile
decided to-
stockpiles and any offensive capability.
Yo, that
So we're not
earthquake
sitting ducks. There's probably a rich
That
target
earthquake
list that Trump would
somehow
have to
was
approve. The
caused.
Guardian reported Trump was getting cold feet worried about the effectiveness of bunker busters and not willing to use tactical
Until
nukes.
today, yo.
But the White House tells Fox that's not true. Everything's on the table.
Oops. That's bad for anybody
my
that ain't
God.
ready.
The tactical nukes, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
No, bro, like, how do you say that? How do you say that?
And just be serious
I
about
mean,
it.
he's probably just posturing and saying this is like, yes, obviously, you know, there's a situation we might do this. Like, it's probably not likely. But still, man, did you really have to say that?
Even tactical
Fear
nukes.
tactics.
Wow.
The big question is if the United States does target Iran, what happens next? The White House isn't considering boots on the ground. Iran's 3 times the size of Texas and surrounded by mountains.
Well, they're bigger than... well, fuck Iran.
Invading Iran
They're
by
bigger-
land,
they're 3
almost
times
impossible.
bigger than
And here's
Texas.
why.
You guys,
to the west, the
our
Zagros
technology-
Mountains, a rocky wall with narrow passes,
What the fuck?
easy to defend, hard
No.
to attack. To the north, the Elburz Mountains, rising like a shield beside the Caspian Sea.
control weather,
To the east, more
tectonic
rugged
plates,
mountains near Afghanistan and Pakistan. Still
Earth's
no easy
magnetism,
entry. And
gravity.
in the 2 deadly deserts, Dashti Kavir and Dashti
Lasers.
Scorching heat, salt flats, sand that swallows tanks, mountains, deserts, bottlenecks.
Doesn't matter.
Iran
Who the fuck went over there like 3,000 years ago and said, oh, this seems like a good place to stay?
Maybe it
Bro,
wasn't like
fuck
that,
that.
Amon. But when they settled it, it probably wasn't like that.
is a natural fortress,
Yeah.
and that's why
And it was
invading Iran
Persia.
by
Jesus.
land is a military nightmare.
Iran's different
Genghis
than Iraq
Khan?
because you wouldn't have legions of foreign fighters pouring into the country
Alexander
to target
conquered them?
Americans.
Well, I mean, that's
Well,
different.
because there won't be any
It was just a
Americans there,
different
and
time,
two,
bro.
Good luck getting in.
Different
The war
time.
is escalating quickly. Last night, an Iranian missile struck
Give
an Israeli
Amon
hospital.
gold.
Israel's calling it a
TV,
war crime.
a like,
and
a
its
follow,
defense minister says the
a
Ayatollah
share.
Bullshit. If Israel's calling it a war crime, they've committed so many war crimes. I don't even know why they would say that.
I know. Israel needs just to.
can no
Stop
longer
talking.
continue to exist.
I agree.
Israel just destroyed a nuclear reactor which was producing plutonium. And no one's coming to the Ayatollah's side. Hezbollah hasn't fired a single missile since the start of the campaign.
If I was them, if I was Iran, I would be fucking furious. It's like, we funded your terrorist org for years. And now the one time that we need help, you're acting like, oh, you're not going to pick up the phone. Really? It's insane.
The Shiites haven't targeted American military bases in Iraq. And the
Not lying.
Houthis in Yemen have been quiet. The Ayatollah's all alone, hiding in a bunker.
He doesn't
His
get.
nuclear scientists and generals all assassinated.
Amon doesn't give excuses.
He's 86 years old.
It's crazy, honestly, that they killed all of those people.
See?
Like, pretty much
Not
every
excuse.
single one that was in charge, they killed them. That's nuts.
Just tells you how it is.
He's ruled Iran with an iron fist for over 3 decades.
They're scared of their
The
phones
man's
now,
a
no more
proud,
pagers.
stubborn,
Yeah, I would be
religious
too.
revolutionary.
Oh,
Something
Shit.
tells me
I'd be afraid of everything.
he's going to go down fighting. Now, if the United States neutralizes his nukes and his missiles, is he still able to wield power? The Iranian economy is a
And this is
disaster.
Asmon Gold TV.
He can't
remember?
protect his people. He's mistreated them for years. So the streets will start to teeter. It's possible he hangs
See,
on.
that's the best case scenario, by the way, is that we shut down their, we cut off enough heads that their leadership is so divided that the people are able to overthrow them and create a new government to replace this guy.
And there are people
That's
that
the
are
best
ready.
case scenario.
And there's people ready,
But a
Amon. There's
coup
people
is
ready,
likely.
from what I've seen.
Or does Trump greenlight Israel to take him out?
If the Ayatollah stays in command, he will
Hey.
retaliate, and they will
Israel will kill him.
activate sleeper cells.
Israel's
I mean,
Israel's going to kill him.
Now,
Just
That guy's so
guaranteed.
confident.
we
So
don't know
confident.
that. But we have to use a light touch. This is delicate. We don't have a problem with the Iranian people. We have a problem with the regime. An unarmed
Persia
Iran
again.
that's not an arch enemy of the United States could lead to the region uniting under American
Persia
sponsorship
is a world power.
No.
and give us major leverage over
Look
the
at what they've
Chinese
done to
United
Israel.
States of the Middle East.
Look what they've done to
who
Israel.
import almost all of their oil.
They're a world power.
The risk
Like to
is
see-
being
I like the
too
sound of that.
ambitious and not grounded in reality. There's also a risk of doing nothing. There's downside to everything. Sleeper cells could activate, cyber attacks, terror attacks, slippery slopes.
Well, I mean, they've already funded terrorism like how many fucking ways? I mean, it's obvious these guys are bad actors, right? I mean, like, it's anybody that's like, oh, well, let's just not do anything about it. It's like, okay, well, like, then they're just going to do something else bad again, right? I mean, you're not doing yourself any favors there.
Donald Trump's deliberately and carefully calibrating each of these scenarios. And we elected him for moments like
Define
this.
bad things, funding terrorist groups that kill civilians on purpose.
Pretty simple.
Well, like on a regular basis.
Simple.
It all comes down to one thing.
Like that would be it.
Trust in President Trump. President Trump has incredible instincts, and President Trump kept America and the world safe in his first term as president in implementing a peace through strength foreign policy agenda. And with respect to Iran, nobody should be surprised by the president's position that Iran absolutely cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. He's been unequivocally clear about this for decades,
need any more
not just
nuclear
as
weapons,
president,
period.
not just as a presidential candidate, but also as a private citizen.
Click here to subscribe.
Yeah, no, obviously, right. I mean, I think people are fucking tired of that shit in general. And there's a chance that, and this is what seems like it might happen. I don't necessarily know if it will. I guess we're going to find out.
And that was Mongol TV. I say go and check it out.
So far, Israel has launched hundreds of ballistic missiles into Iran, striking 35 critical sites during Operation Rising
Thank you very
Lion.
much
Now,
for watching.
new
Thanks for
reports
hanging
out
out.
today indicate there
Thanks
is
for listening.
damage to the
Anybody that
infamous
does, but
underground nuclear
what I'm doing is
facility
I'm saying, yo,
in Natanz.
go
The
check
former
out
Israeli
Mongol
ambassador to the
TV.
United States,
This guy,
Michael Oren, joins us shortly from Tel Aviv. The Fox team coverage
he's
is
sharp
ready.
in his own corner.
Mark Meredith will have live
So,
reaction from the White House.
you don't
We're
live in
starting
your
though
box.
with our senior correspondent Mike Tobin.
So
is
give
live
him a
in Tel
follow.
Aviv.
Right on.
Iranians
Thanks for hanging out.
fleeing Tehran amid this fight.
Y'all
We know
have
what's
a
going on there in Israel. What's happening in Iran?
great night. Cardman.
Well, as far as the missile attacks that are coming out of Iran, their size and intensity have decreased dramatically.
They're flash